Good evening, guys. Today we will discuss about the second topic is nothing but the urban problems related to energy. In the previous class, we discussed about the sustainable development and about its measures, some strategies, etc. etc. Today we will discuss about the urban problems related to energy. Why we call it as urban problems rather than the rural problems. If you see, nowadays, most of the people are migrating from rural areas to the urban areas. Is it right? Why they are migrating from rural to urban areas? Because there is a the cities which is having the economic growth there, and education, proper education will be there, and new innovations will be there, and the very most important thing is nothing but the employment. So most of the people are migrating from rural to urban areas only because of this. So those people require their children to be studied in a good education, to give a good education to the children, and for their sake they require the employment which is not there in the rural areas. And if they shifted, or if they migrated, or if they shifted from rural to urban areas, they required no number of opportunities in the cities so that they can work. And simple example, if you see, very recently during this lockdown, most of the people are traveling the long distance from Delhi to their places, native places, because most of the people are belongs to a small rural villages, and they went to the cities or metropolitan cities for the job point of view or for the employment point of view. And during this lockdown, no one is giving the opportunity to work done, so that the employees or the workers are leaving back or back to their original villages because during this lockdown. Simple example. So those people, those native places belongs to some rural areas, and they went to the cities for the job purpose, for the employment purpose, and they were surveying in the cities. Is it right? So that is the and why these people, if these people are migrating from the rural to urban areas, then what is the problem in the urban areas? And that is the first point. And coming to the second point, who will live in the rural areas? And can we tell that there is no job opportunities in the rural areas? Yes, there is. So we are having that is also. Until recent, a big majority of human population lived in rural areas, and their economic activities, especially agricultural, cattle rearing, fishing, hunting, and some cottage industries were there 2 years ago, 200 years ago back. So nowadays, all these things are continuously developing in the urban areas rather than the rural areas. So the people are migrating from rural to urban areas, right? So that is. And why we are called as the urban problems related to energy. So if these people are continuously shifting to urban areas, then automatically there will be a big problem for the accommodation, and there will be a very big problem with the industrials. So if these people are continuously shifting from rural to urban areas, automatically the city population will be goes on increasing, and the city urban areas also will not be in a cannot be controlled. So they will be turned into suburban areas or sub rural areas, so that we call it as a rural sprawl. So automatically, if continuously these people are shifting from rural to urban areas, there will be a lot of problem in the urban areas also. And if you see that the accommodation is goes on increasing, the traveling will be goes on increasing from houses to the industrial, the transport will be there, and day by day the lot of accommodation and energy will be required for these people. Not only the people who are living in the urban areas, the people who are shifting from rural to urban areas, they also need some power. They require some transportation, they require from the food, they require the shelter. So all these things are required. So if you these people are continuously going to there, automatically they will turn into the city type culture, and adapted the lifestyle demand coming to compare with the rural to the urban areas. So a few things we are having in this case. So that is the basic introduction about that. And first one is the residential and commercial lighting. So automatically what I said in the previous thing, that the people are migrating, if the people are shifting from rural to urban areas, they require the residential and commercial purposes lighting required. So not only the people who are having, and these people require also the accommodation. So lighting for themselves also they should be required the lighting, so there the energy will be more. Coming to this, if these people are shifting to there and these people are living there, so they require the transportation. And if they're having the own industries, then they have to move from their houses to the shops, or they are move from residence to the workplaces, so there is also consuming a lot of energy. And coming to this third one, we require nowadays modern lifestyle using a high large or using a large number of electrical gadgets in everyday life. So if you see this, we are continuously changing our life structure, lifestyle, and most of the people and each and everyone, whether it is maybe a rural area, whether it may be a urban area, whether it may be a rich people or whether it may be a poor people, each and everyone having the mobile gadgets. So they want to update the technology and they want to use this technology, electronic gadgets, so there also there is energy. Coming to this, if the population is goes on increasing, and there should be the more number of plants should be there. If the more number of plants is going to build there, the large number of population will be there, the large number of population required, then automatically the energy will be consumed more. So that is also one category. Coming to the next one, a large amount of waste generation which has to be disposed of properly using energy based techniques. So if the population is going on increasing, automatically a huge amount of waste will be generated from the people or from the public. So they have to be disposed with the proper energy techniques, otherwise it will be a very dangerous because it will be polluted to the air. And the last one is control and prevention of air and water pollution, which and energy depending which need energy dependent technologies. So controlling of this air, controlling of this water, prevention of this air and prevention of water, if we won't do with proper energy techniques, then there will be a lot of difficulty because all each and everything will be polluted. So this is about the urban population related to energy. Coming to this third category, water. This coming to the third category, nothing but water conservation. So in this we talk about that water is water is most important. So water is most important or most precious and indispensable resources needed to be conserved. So water, as of if you see this, without water no one will survive, is it right? So water is the most precious and indispensable resources need to be conserved. So there are some certain strategies to consume this water, and why should we consume first of all. Generally, that is the basic thing. We are saying that we have to conserve the water. Why should we consume the water? If you see this, water is essential to life on earth. Is it right? Water is essential to life on earth. So, what these essential things will be done? Will be the what will be the essential things on the earth? If you see the first one, growing food. If you want to grow the food, automatically the fresh water is required. Second one, if you want to become a clean, then the fresh water. So we won't use the dirty water and we won't use the polluted water, we won't use our such type of water, is it right? So we required a fresh water. So to grow the plants. So second one, we will bath each and every day, then we require the fresh water. We won't mix the water, or we won't bath with the polluted water, right? Is it right? So we require that one. Third one is the fresh water required to generate the power. That is also one main criteria for that. If you want to generate the power, then the water is required, fresh water is required. And the second one, next one, to control the fire. So this also one part of the why should we consume this. And last but not least, nothing but last but not the least is nothing but to be, we need to stay alive, is it right? Without this water for the drinking purpose especially, you know, up to now that we are talking about growing of food, keep clean, provide water, control fire, so all these things. But if you want to survive without this water, we cannot survive, is it right? So these are some very, so what this is the conserving of the water. See, so this is the few parameters we have to conserve, otherwise we cannot consume this. So coming to this, just now I told you about that. So we are having some strategies to can be adopted for conservation of water. First one is that decrease of decreasing runoff losses, reducing evaporation losses, storing water in soil, reducing irrigation losses, reuse of water, preventing wastage of water, increasing evaporation. So in this strategies, first one decreasing runoff water, if we runoff losses, if you see,